Thanks for staying with us on Sports Sunday. We're almost out of time. There is one thing we need to do, and that's get a tip for this afternoon.
Look, the Broncos are at home in Suncorp.
Good morning. We're breaking into Sports Sunday to give you an update on the COVID outbreak in Sydney. Here's Gladys Berejiklian.
I can appreciate what a shock and what a frustrating set of circumstances it was for many in the community. And I'm deeply grateful that the feedback we have had to date has been constructive. People want to support us in getting through this lockdown as soon as we can to allow individuals, families and businesses to bounce back. We know this Delta strain is so difficult to deal with. It's like nothing we've dealt with before in New South Wales. And I just really want to deeply thank all sections of the community who are working hard together with us to make sure we beat this thing. And we're throwing everything at it, all of our resources, all of the restrictions that we think are appropriate for where they're required. And I just want to thank everybody for working together to achieve that aim. Yesterday, pleasingly, we had again nearly 67,000 tests. It demonstrates that even on weekends and during those times of the week when those testing rates haven't been that high, that people are coming forward. Unfortunately, we still had 105 cases of community transmission, and 27 of those cases were infectious in the community, so they were still active in the community, and that's the number that worries us the most. We've seen that number crop up day in and day out, and as we've explained previously, we won't see the effects of these harsher restrictions until at least 5 or 6 days, because there's a lag in the data. So we don't expect to see that number shift massively for the next few days, but we still want the community to be more vigilant than ever.
To make sure there's that continual dialogue with the business sector.
And that's where we might leave the Premier and the Treasurer in that entire conference there. The update is that 105 new cases overnight in New South Wales from 66,671 tests. Something that wasn't mentioned at the press conference but has been updated is that a woman who had the virus in her 90s has passed away, sadly. Another death here in New South Wales. There were 76 cases in the southwestern health area. That includes 69 in the Fairfield local government area where the focus remains. 12 further cases in the western area. A couple of regional issues worth noting. Sewerage detection in Wollongong has picked up traces of the virus. That will be something that officials will focus on in the coming days. There's also a truck driver that delivered pet food to both Blaney and Parkes in the state's central west. That will be a focus as testing picks up there. Surveillance testing is now being requested of health and aged care workers in the Canterbury, Bankstown and Liverpool local government areas. And on the economic side of things, today is the day that Service Australia disaster grants are available for workers across the state in some circumstances that have lost hours of work. Services Australia will do that. A new round of $15,000 business grants will come online tomorrow. Gladys Berejiklian says she expects the numbers will stay high for at least a few more days as these new restrictions start to filter through the data. Of course, we'll have any update for you here on 9 throughout today and throughout the coming week. We'll have a full wrap in tonight's news at 6 p.m.
Double movement and a few little things go astray for them, but they were leading. They were 12-0 at one point.
Very special welcome to our New South Wales viewers as well, who have just joined us after the Gladys Berejiklian press conference. Thanks for your company, Freddie.
Yeah, well, the first couple of plays from the Cowboys, they went at Sam Walker and they got the better